So I have a PC and I've been working on that, and I'm long overdue for a new computer. Now, this is important because I'm going through trying to read through my novel so I can go through, look at the changes that were made by my editor, apply those, get the ball rolling or whatnot. But I keep having issues with the computer, and I'm like, I've had it for so long, like, you got to clean some of this stuff up. So I have, just from having my podcast for so many years, like 7, 8 years now, I have so many audio files on this computer, and I'm transferring them to an external hard drive. And I was thinking, okay, this will be pretty simple. Just go ahead, select them and move them over. For just 37 files, I've now been waiting probably about 7 or 8 minutes, and I'm about 14% complete. I just want to be productive, but I need to get this done, because the longer I push this off, the longer it's going to take, and the snowball effect and whatnot. But I'm not happy about this. So the time I thought I was going to spend reading through, well, I could put it up on my phone and go through it there, sure, but like, this will still be here waiting for me. So we're kicking off this reading vlog, revisiting reading, editing vlog, whatever this turns out to be, really in a interesting space, I'll say that. So send me good vibes, prayers, whatever you believe in, but I need to get this done. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm going over the first couple chapters, and I have to stop myself from just reading to enjoy the story. Like, I'm reading to enjoy it. I'm reading to look at the changes that were applied, and then also kind of referencing my original copy. I read through it a couple times after getting my edits back, and I enjoyed it. But now this is like the final time where I am going through, looking at the changes that were applied, and then making notes for the second installment of this series. And I've had to stop and start a couple times because I'm just laying here, like, reading through the story, enjoying it as if I purchased this book, and I'm like, stay focused. But I am enjoying the story, and I'm really excited because I have not laid eyes on this project in a while. Like, I stepped away from this deliberately. I know last year I was wrapping up the second installment of this series, and so I have not really laid eyes on this completed book in quite some time. And so I'm hoping that this excitement and this love that I have for the characters in the story translates to everyone else. But yeah, I'm only in the first couple chapters, and I need to look through it and see how many chapters are actually in this story. Also, update my computer. So I don't know what is going on. If you're a tech person, because as much as I am of the internet generation, I'm definitely like floundering here. So if you have any tips on like transferring files off of your device or computer, let me know. But I'm still waiting on that update, so I'm having to do all my reading from my phone, which we'll see. All in all, I am enjoying the character. My main character, she has gone through some things, and it is explicitly stated, and we get right into the story and right into her head. And so I'm enjoying this ride, and and we'll see how I feel in the next few chapters or so. So I'll probably check in. I'm only at chapter 3. I just made it to chapter 3. And so yeah, I'll check in a little bit and see how this reread is going. So reading through this book is really doing me a world of good. I've had some issues over the last weeks or so of like letting life get in the way and not being as productive as I would like, but of course taking that time to work on my mental health or whatever, just not stress myself out. But there's a portion in this book that I wrote, and it's early on in the book, and I can't wait for it to come out so everyone can see it. I'd like to know the reactions to it, but I I enjoy writing. This is fun for me, but this specific part, and I'll try to make a note of it, so I'll maybe address this once the book is out in the world. But this specific part, I personally feel like I killed it with that. I ate with this one, like, because then I remember when I wrote it, like I remember I was sitting in the bed typing away at the computer, and I remember just writing and then this just coming to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, this changes everything. And it made like the first couple chapters like this nice little button up beginning to like set the mood for all the mess that was going to come later. But as cryptic as it sounds, because it's not out yet, I just know I cannot wait for this specific thing, this specific thing that just like rolled off the dome. And I was like, this is one of my like proudest accomplishments, I don't know, in this story. So I am like around I think I made it to chapter 7 or 8, and so I'm still powering my way through, and I am enjoying the words on the page, and I cannot wait to get this story out, like truly. So yeah.
Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, fake games, staying B-side, breaking the blues over steak. I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need that energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride.
So I have been rereading my story, and I know I mentioned in a previous clip that my issue is that I'm reading it with intention, but getting sucked into reading the story. And funny enough, I actually haven't found too many things that I disagree with. So I wrote the story and gave it to an editor. She went through it, made some suggestions, and for the most part, like 99.9% of them I kept. But there are just those small things like usage of one particular word that I have run into, like, no, I'm probably going to keep it the way I had it before. But for the most part, phenomenal work. So now I'm at a point in the writing process that I haven't been in before or in a while. So I am pretty much ready to get a cover artist and then to go the actual uploading route. But that is kind of stressing me, because though it's simple enough in the sense that like there is like literally do this, do that, and you're done. Like logically I understand what it is that I'm supposed to do. I'm still learning. This self-publishing thing is not something I was taught in school and I didn't go to school for this, so I'm figuring it out. But in the same token, it is factually I understand what's supposed to happen, but like emotionally I am kind of dealing with some issues. So I'm gonna go through another pass through the story, but this time for the second installment, because this is a duet series as of this recording. There's no third installment. And so just to make sure that I am referencing the stuff that happened in the first book against what I have in the second one. So if I can wrap up everything related to this first book minus like a cover artist, because I'm still working on that. By the way, if you know of any good cover artists for like contemporary romance, black stuff, let me know. Leave it in the comments or something. But all that aside, I think I'm going to spend the rest of camp going through that second installment and like hammering down those details, taking the notes that I found from the first for the first finished draft or finished installment, and then putting them into the second one. So I'm excited. I'm hoping that for this camp I get that second book done, because again, the first one is, for all intents and purposes, done. Of course, need to figure out like what the trim size is. Like I've been going through the list of things that, like, now that the writing is done, the writing is not even the hard part or the challenging part. The writing is like the thing you do to get to the more challenging part. And so that's what I'm dealing with now, is figuring out, okay, You've done the first step. What's next? And I think what has me a little bit emotional about it is that I'm now to a point, I've crossed that threshold of what I've done before. I've written books before, I've edited them before, I've done beta readers, peer reviews, all that good stuff. But this point right here is now new territory. So we're gonna see what it is. Happy camp to all of you who are celebrating and participating, and send me some good vibes, prayers, good thoughts, whatever you believe in. Send it to me.
Caught switching, you will pick a size. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took a L, should've put it in the offering. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't know of me. Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge. Breaking bills, friends breaking off. You could be the youngest, I'm the dawn. Kiss the ring, nah. In the scene like GOT. Stay awake, don't sleep. Like Jon Snow, get R.I.P. Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, vacay, I'm staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign.
So I am still going through the read through for the novel, but I'm not under a time crunch like I kind of felt like I was before, considering I am essentially done with this book. I've got my edits back and I'm just applying some of the changes and altering just a few things here and there. I'm okay with this camp for April, where I was going to be a little bit more structured with like rereading, applying edits and whatnot. I'm blowing through that list a bit quicker than I thought. So what I'll more than likely do is finish the read through, applying the edits and making my notes from this first book, and then move on to then editing the second part of this duet series. And what I more than likely will do is go through and find all of the scenes that I skipped over. With the second book, the plan is to spend all of camp, or the duration of camp, filling in those scenes that I kind of wrote out, because sometimes you just got to put this goes here, this goes there. So I'll finish out those. I'll run through it, try to get the first draft is done, like first draft with the things that I missed, and then give that a read through and see about applying the notes from the first novel into this second one. And then hopefully by the end of camp, I will have a completed second installment. So that's the goal. So if I can, fingers crossed, by the end of April, have both of these books like ready to just get a cover and get uploaded and set a release date, that will be chef's kiss. So that is what will probably happen. I'm still reading through. I'm enjoying the story. I'm finding small things that I'm considering changing. And again, this is no like negative reflection on the editor. It's literally like, oh, I said this, maybe I'll say this instead. Like, it's one word out of a sentence. So that's what I'm doing, and working on editing a video that should be going up sometime in the future. Who knows when, but that is my update to this reading vlog, and we'll see what's what. Happy camp, y'all.
Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, vacay, I'm staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need bad energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride. Caught switching, you were picking sides. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took a L, should've put it in the offering. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't know of me. Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge. Breaking bills.